Morning, everybody. My name is Jared O'Leary. I've been playing drums since 1998, but I march snare. And I'm going to be working on tenors today, so that's the goal. We're going to be working on a solo out of Bill Bachman's book called Quad Logic, and I highly recommend this book. If you don't have it yet and you're a tenor player, highly recommend it. It's great. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. Would quad again. Now, all of these practice streams, I share how I practice and what I'm practicing. So I'm actually working on stuff I'm not good at yet. For example, yesterday we worked on one pattern the entire time for over an hour. And it didn't go good. Trying to get better on the things that I can't play yet, so that way, I can improve as a drummer. Now, because I've been drumming for so long, and because I've taught every grade, kindergarten through doctoral student, I have a wide range of teaching, performing experience, so people often ask me some questions in my chats, like, hey, how do I improve this? Or, hey, how do I teach this? And I will often edit those responses down into this drumming tips playlist. There's over a dozen hours of free drumming tips with a wide range of topics that may or may not interest you. Now, if the topic of the title doesn't interest you, when it says "and other drumming tips," that means that there are more tips in there. So just check out the timestamps in the description. The title is like what I talk about at the beginning. Now, I'm going to be using some play-alongs to warm up and then to chop out. But I've got literally over 2,000 different play-alongs for free on my YouTube channel. If you go to the Home tab, thank you for the sub, appreciate it. If you go to the Home tab, on here, we've got drumming, gaming, computer science stuff, like we're going to be doing Assassin's Creed a little bit. But if you don't care about the gaming stuff, just click on the header for the drumming, and it shows you all of these different playlists. And it keeps going and going and going. Now, the organization on YouTube is pretty limited. So if you go to the link that's at the top of every one of the play-alongs or the drumming tips, it takes you to jaredoleary.com/drum, which is here on vertical. And this link has 62 chop exercises, organized neater than I can do on YouTube. It's got over 1,000 grid variations, 419 for triplet, 577 for 16th note, and 36 wacky ones like hurt the grid and other goofy stuff. We've also got over 150 timing exercises, 55 drum charts if you do drum kit for straight and swung patterns, a video that shows how I'm actually developing limb independence, like what are the processes that I was working on yesterday when I was practicing drum kit and what I will work on tomorrow when I practice drum kit. Over 400 marching bass stuff and a little under 400 technique exercises. So if you're like, hey, I want to work on improving my endurance and speed, check out the endurance and speed playlist. If you're like, hey, I want to work on my accent taps, check out the accent tap playlist. There's a lot of different content in here, as well as all the drumming tips, every single live stream, all 350 plus of them, and then some scripted lessons and whatnot. So if you enjoy this content, just share it with another drummer. Be like, hey, this could help you improve your drumming, or check out this tip. It helped me. It might help you. Now, there are a lot of videos, over 450, that are currently labeled as members first. What that means is it's early access to videos that are coming out. So every single day, there's a brand new play-along that releases. For example, the Fulcrum Control playlist has one that released earlier. It is a fantastic exercise. Highly recommend it if you want to work on your control of your fulcrum as well as accent taps. So it's a great exercise. But you notice all these other ones say members first. You don't have to pay for this. All you have to do is just wait for it. So it's early access for people who want it. So thank you for people who have signed up for membership, but it is not necessary, as these will all come out for free. I just keep creating more and more and more. Now, I am going to get motivated here, since I'm a snare drummer that doesn't play tenor drums. We're going to have Shia LaBeouf here help me out, get me motivated to work on tenors today. So let's hide Shia because of copyright, and let's do it. Do it! Just do it! Don't let your dreams be dreams. Ours early. Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. if you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah. I'm tired of starting over. Thanks, Shia LaBeouf. We're all super motivated now. What a way to start off your morning. Speaking of good way to start off your morning, we're going to warm up. We're going to get the hands flowing. Change the mic height. It's a little too high. Now it might be too low when I actually start playing tenor. Stay tuned. We'll find out. All right, so we're going to get the hands going, and then we're going to stretch and massage, and then I'm going to just use the metronome and play through some licious beats, some Beatlicious. Let's do the classic Blue Devils 99 Shop and Spree. So for every single one of these play-alongs, there's a wide range of speeds that you can practice this at. If you go into the timestamps in the description, this one starts at 40 and goes all the way up to 200. Every single click in between. So you can click on 86 and then it'll count you off and you can practice at 86. Whatever you need to work on for your speed, highly recommend it. It allows you to practice listening in as well as practice playing with perfect rhythmic interpretation because the computer is not going to be wrong on like how to play your diddles, etc. So it's a great way to practice, great way to warm up. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate it. Need the luck for tenors. I love this spree. It's one of my favorites. So we'll play this through a few times and I'll stretch and massage. Whoa! What was I playing? Don't hit the rim unless told to do so. You know what? I'm American. I do what I want. My rim, my rights. It adds flavor. Adds that extra texture. Yeah, my hands feel wonky today. It's one of those days. Rules of tenors. Hit the plastic with the wood. Do not hit metal with the wood. So it's also hitting the plastic at the same time. I like that rule. That's funny. Yeah. I some things about American culture that entitlement, or as some might say, individualism. It's a bit out of control. I can hit the rim if I want to. I can't imagine that there's actually like tenor players who like say that, but like, you know, this is America. People are a little wacky at times. We're stretching the underside of the forearm now, so I'm just doing it on the tenor, so you could do it one at a time like this. Or you could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. I'm going to do it here. Change it up daily. Why? Because Yeah, just tell the judge, see, you don't understand. It's supposed to sound gray. It's a critique on overconsumption and spending. And it's also a well-written response to the idea that if we are too clean in society, then that leads to immunization issues where we are not exposed to viruses and we are unable to combat the common cold. So that dirt that you hear in that snare roll is actually helping your immune system. At least that's the commentary. It's written that way. You just don't understand. It's just above your head, random judge. You just don't understand my artistic expression. Any advice on becoming a pro gamer? Yeah, work it up slowly with a metronome. Make sure to work it up off the left joystick. And be in the queer community. If you can do all those, then you're good to go. It's a comment on the punishment for individualism. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of things that I miss about like teaching drum lines, and there's a lot of stuff with like, I don't know, the judge's commentary and that whole the pageantry system. And I'm just like, I don't care. Like, I know it annoyed some of the students that I worked with, but I showed up for all the rehearsals. I showed up for the performances, but I left before the award ceremonies and whatnot, because I was like, what I care about is like your day-to-day efforts and how you felt about the performance and how you felt about the efforts that led to that performance. I don't really care about whether or not you get an award after like having won enough caption titles at competitions and whatnot. It's like, do we need another one? Like, but I also understand that from a student perspective that some of them were like, yeah, but like this is a reward for my efforts, and like that's great. If that resonates for you, cool. But it does not resonate for me from an education standpoint. But I know I'm in the minority with that viewpoint. But do our thing. Ever thought of teaching a local group? I actually haven't heard of Flux. I actually just saw a group called Visions, and didn't realize that they were run by some people that I know and have been taught by and worked with as well. Yeah, there's quite a few local groups, but at this point, I'd rather focus on the teaching on YouTube, because it can expand to work with more people, which is like one of the reasons why I'm not in the classroom anymore. It's because like even if I was like working as like a specialist instead of like a classroom teacher, so like teaching like a few hundred kids at a school instead of just like 30, so working across multiple grade levels basically, like I would rather have the impact of being able to create content and distribute it online than working in person. I really like teaching in person, but there's a lot of stuff that it's just not worth it. One is the safety issues. Like, two is just like parents are wacky. Been and seen parents yell at and cuss out people. Like one time I got cussed out by a parent when I was there and had pneumonia, and I was the caption head, so I was like, I had to be there for the audition, and their kid didn't make the drum line, and so they cussed me out and said it was like biases and whatnot. And I was like, we hired like a third party like instructor from a completely different school to come and give some like their unbiased opinions, and like 4 judges all agreed your kid didn't practice. So she like cussed me out for like 30 minutes, and I was just like, look lady, I get you're upset, I gotta go home, like I'm literally like dying here with pneumonia, goodbye. So they went to a sister school, and then they claimed that like the kid made center snare. And so my friend that I marched with like was the caption head there, and so I called him up. I was like, "There's no way," because like this kid did not practice ever. Like I wanted him to succeed, but he just never picked up sticks. And so he's like, "Oh wait, that guy? He showed up and he didn't know any of the music. No, he didn't make any spot on the drum line." It was great, but I don't know. It's the stuff like that that's just like I don't know. That's the not fun part. It's like I say fart, combining the words. Not fun part of the job that I don't miss, but I definitely miss teaching. I'd just rather do it on here. I still haven't figured out the YouTube game yet. For the computer science stuff, I get most of my views on that, but like not enough on the rudimental stuff or the drumming stuff, which is interesting, especially because I don't have degrees in that. But anyways, okay, so let me switch over actually to here. We're gonna hit stuff, hopefully better than last time. Okay, so I'm gonna be working out of Quad Logic again. This book, highly recommend it. It's good. I don't know Bill. I've never met Bill, but he seems like a super goofy and chill dude. And that vibe aligns. I bet you he gets motivated with Shia LaBeouf in the mornings too. He seems like the kind of guy that would do that. Okay. We have a metronome. The metronome is numbing. Get our tenor sticks out. Okay, so we're under tempo significantly. And what I'm trying to do is focus on not having my playing zones go so far forward. This is like the one downside of having all the pads sound the same is that you can't hear when you would have like a dead tone to it. So when I'm playing here on tenors, this would sound night and day different than if I'm playing right here. And so I have a tendency when I'm doing this, I'm going too far forward and hitting in the center, and I'd be able to like fix that and adjust it if I were actually playing on tenors. But because I can't hear that tone change, I need to actually like visually look down or look at the recording from the camera to figure out what's going on with that, which we were analyzing last time we played this. But let's try this. So let's see how this goes at 70. Wish me luck. 1, 2, here you go. Yenda. No, it's too fast on that. Flawless. Okay, sloppy. Have I considered laying down something on the center of the heads? I have done that in the past, but I hadn't thought of that lately. Thank you. That might help. Or the approach of just get good. That might also help. Okay. No, I appreciate it. One of the things that I am able to notice with my own playing is when it's either making progress or it's on the verge of making progress, if that makes sense. So like yesterday, when playing through that limited impedance thing with a 1E, a 2E, a 3E, a 4E, a 4, like that, when playing through that, like it was rough for like an hour, just like working through that. But it was like on the edge of like it's almost gonna start making progress and getting better. And Beatlicious is getting to that point where it's like it's starting to get better, but I still got to refine it a lot. But you know, that is the name of the game of drumming. Let's try it again. I could work on like a phrase and try and refine that, or I could try the whole thing. I think I'm gonna do the whole thing again and just kind of make my decision there. One and a two and such a weird. That hurt the thing. Want to learn over the summer? I just watched a video of Bachman playing it actually last night. YouTube recommended it to me. I was like, wow, that's very timely. It's such a cool ram to play fast, but I don't know if I'll be able to get it as fast as Bill played it in that video. Wish me luck on that. That's going to take some while. Hopefully that wasn't too loud when I accidentally hit this. Moving too far forward again. Hit my mic. Stay that way. It's like such an easy motion, but like for whatever reason, it's like weird for me to like be super economical with it, efficient with it. It's like too small of a motion for the accent taps. It's weird. Screw hitting the rims, hit the mic. Yeah, hit all the things. I'm gonna hit my desk. I'm gonna hit this mic right here. I'm gonna hit the camera. We're going to hit all the things. We're going to go full MMA style with our practicing. So you get good. The more surfaces you hit, the better you get, right? That's how it works. See, even that, it feels like I'm barely moving, but I'm still going too far. I need to work less. Be more efficient. Not that efficient. Okay, let's see if I can do it in context. Nope, the first one was too wide. That's the thing, is like when you like sit there and like teach and like work on something in isolation, then you put it in a context and it's like taking a step back. Man, Bill makes those look so easy. It's such a weird, whoops, such a weird. without like emphasizing the crossover. Yeah, like that. I'm trying to make it even without putting an accent on it, but you know. Let's try it with metronome. Even that's too far forward. If we look at it here, I'm going like that, over exaggerating. So the pattern itself is like easy with the left hand, just doing that. Doing a diddle here. It's like a triplet. Herta, or a Swiss sticking basically with an extra left. But I'm going too far forward. You think of Spock scrapes, trying to make it feel like a horizontal scrape. When you say feel, where are you thinking? Are you thinking with your, like, in your hand, like your fingers in your palm? Or are you thinking with, like, the motion that you're doing with the pivot at the elbow? Because, like, obviously we're not changing the wrist angle, ideally. But when doing the Spock scrape, like from here to here, it's like this down or to the side motion. But for me, the weird motion is that like moving forward with it, the arm is moving. Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I don't think I've done it enough to make this feel comfortable. Like when I'm doing this, like I feel like I'm like going like this and like moving my hips or even like my shoulders. Like I'm doing like a cha-cha, like dun, 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 dun. Haven't done a cha-cha in a long time. But when I'm doing it, it just feels weird. Like it's like almost like it's like engaging a separate set of like muscles like in the upper body when moving it. So like when I'm doing this, that feels different than when doing this. Like this feels more like I'm moving like the lower part of like the pecs as opposed to like the like point where it connects into the arm. The upper dorsimus. I'm just making up stuff. I don't know the names for it. But like for me, the weird part is that feeling. Like I don't want anything to change in my hands. Obviously, I want to just do this. I don't know. It's just a... It's almost like, because I just worked out before this, it's almost like when I'm doing like bench presses when you're like laying down and you're doing it like this. As opposed to when you do it like this, like out to the side and going this way, or even doing like butterflies, like it just feels like it's a different way to work the arm motions. You also widen your elbows. What if I actually played it like that? Mr. Crab plays Beatlicious. So that's interesting. I guess I hadn't thought of that. So changing the angle of the elbow would make it so that it feels more like you're moving to the right rather than moving forward. I guess if I go with that notion, I could also go this way. So like, I don't have to go shortest distance. Like instead of going here to here, you could also go here. It's not like I can't do like a sweep that skips like an entire drum. Like the distance is okay. Moving to the side, getting that fast twitch response. Like there's a rebound in exercise that's just like quarter notes. You I think you've seen me do it with my feet. But what I'll often do when I was teaching tenor lines is we would play it like this, and maybe either do one crossover or kind of switch between the two, like I'm doing right here, and even switch to the outside drums and making it so that it's specifically focusing on the speed between one point to another point. So it's kind of like if you play Stevens, the way that Lee Howard Stevens talks about in Method of Movement, when you're like shifting from one chord position to another chord position, you want it to be so that it's moving and then it ends up pausing straight above, right there. Good morning, Luis. I'm doing good. How are you? As opposed to going at a slicing angle. So when working on rebound, doing it like this, very fast, as opposed to fluid, like that. So the goal is to work on that transition. So I could do it where I go out that way. That feels different. I don't know if I like that though. Brainstorming. Yeah, it feels a little weird still. Like in some ways it's better, in other ways it's worse. Haven't played the new season of Fortnite yet. Yeah, I was playing like a little bit of it, and I just like, I don't know, and not really enjoying the game. So like I've been playing other stuff instead. Like today we'll be doing Assassin's Creed that just came out. So we'll try that one. So I'm changing up like the angle that I'm moving my arm. So this is more up, more like this, as opposed to going to the side. But then I'm hitting the rim on the first partial. I don't know. You played it? What do you think of it? We good? Let's try from the beginning. So this one, my left hand and my right hand have a tendency to go like this, as opposed to like this. So it'd give it that weird thuddy sound. You think it's just meh? You like the playing zones, or you like Assassin's Creed Shadows or Fortnite? Okay. Flawless. So this right hand has gone too far over here, like this, as opposed to like this for that part. So I need to make it easier for myself. We're playing on hard mode. We're going to do everything on the opposite end of the drums. Because we're in New Game Plus after having aged out. I'm sure like anyone who's not a drummer or a gamer is like, what are you talking about? Don't worry about it. Pro gamer thing. Chut are weird. You like the guns but not the snipers? The best sniper that they ever had was a year ago, the Reaper. I cried for weeks when they got rid of it. Had to stop streaming because I was just tearing up all day long. That was the best sniper rifle they had. And then they had the car season. And we're not going to talk about the car season. So part of it is I'm trying to get out of the way of this left hand. And that's causing the right hand to go too far over. Where are we at? His playing of this Bachman was so smooth when he was playing it. I just haven't done enough rounds, I guess, to like make it feel smooth. Okay. It feels like the accent taps are too forced on the taps. Like it doesn't feel natural. That transition time in between the taps, moving to the sides, is what's feeling weird when I'm trying to get decent playing zones. Let's try from the beginning. Okay, so this one, the angle of it changed to kind of go like this on drum 3 and 4. So it wouldn't play in the center. So I need to not let that happen. Just keep the wrist low. Do it. Yes, you can. So when he played it, I'm pretty sure he accented that. Kind of want to look it up. Bill Bachman. I'm going to mute it. Because copyright. What? Man, he plays this in 33 seconds. Amateur. He's so slow. Gosh. Bet he hits rim the entire time. Yeah, so he's actually emphasizing the left hand part. it's written as so in terms of like accents, but the way he's playing is just like that. All the rims too. Bill Bachman is known for hitting rims nonstop. Come on, Bill, you gotta practice more. Just kidding. But yeah, the way he's doing it is like that. So I don't know if I want to play it that way or as written. Decisions. They are fun crossovers. It's just a question of like, do I emphasize the crossover hand or not? I think it's more fun to honestly probably put the crossover in there instead of playing like that. Because like it's a weird displacement because it's displaced by that 32nd note. Let's emphasize it. So, metronomes are optional. You don't have to follow them. Let's see. I'm making it a little flammy. The right hand's a little late when I'm doing this one, the crossover. So I wonder if it's a height thing. If I'm like... So it's a little bit higher, but nothing too bad. It's just a little slow. Okay. Let's start from the beginning. Metronome is just a reference anyways. Yeah, it's completely optional. You don't have to adhere to it. I obey no laws set forth by the AI. No computer will determine what I do with my life. I had a guy. I get some interesting comments, but there's a guy on YouTube who is like, I don't use a metronome because it makes it sound like a robot. I've been a self-taught drummer for like 20 years and my drumming sounds natural. And it's like, dude, no one wants to drum with you. I hate to break it to you. That's not a good thing to brag about. That's like saying I'm a financial advisor and I'm broke. Like, congratulations. You're not going to get clients. Screwed up the pattern there. It's funny. Yeah. Have I heard of Sprunky? No. What's Sprunky? Is it school appropriate? Because if not, I don't want to know. It sounds like it might not be. Yeah, so the people who leave comments like that, I hide them from my channel. So I just ban them basically. Like and the reason why is because I sometimes see people responding to the really bad technique advice and whatnot, and they're like, "Oh, thank you so much. This helped me." Like, and I see this in other people's videos where it's like, yeah, see, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to hold it with your back pinky only, and then you put your other fingers in like this, and it's just like, what are you talking about? And like, people will upvote it and be like, oh, wow, this really helped me out. It's like, don't listen to this guy. So I just like ban them from here. So if somebody like comes into my comment section and they're like, don't use a metronome, you're not a real drummer. Like, all right, goodbye. You're gone. Get out of here. I can't help you. You're broken. I'm sorry. You're probably past the 90-day return policy. We're just going to take you out back and tell you to be on your merry way. You've seen some very interesting tutorials. Oh my goodness. So in my like reviews for the scripted videos that I do, like the how to hold like traditional grip and like stuff like that, I go and I like search up like terms like that: how to hold traditional, how to hold drumsticks, traditional hold, traditional grip, like just come up with all these different permutations of like different word combinations, and I like go with the recommended and like just search for a bunch of stuff. And sometimes it's like videos that have like 1 million views, and then a lot of times it's videos that have like 500 views or like 10 views, and like I watch all of those just to see like, is there any like bit of wisdom in there that would be useful from an editing standpoint or from a content standpoint. And some of the videos I watch, I'm like, oh my, how? Like, there's one where it was like how to hold traditional grip, and it took 5 minutes and 24 seconds until they actually even mentioned traditional grip in the video. And it was like a 20-minute long video, and it's just like, looking through the comments, it was just like, this is the best traditional grip video ever. I learned so much. Thank you so much. And it literally took like 5.5 minutes just to actually talk about the topic. I'm like, okay. But that's like not even getting with when people are like, well, see, what you got to do is you got to like only use your thumb and you don't use any fingers anywhere. Like, what? And then I read the comments and it's like, oh, this is amazing. Don't listen to them. Not that I'm like the ultimate authority. Certainly I make mistakes as well, but like the proof is in the pudding with some of the videos where they're just like, check out how good I am. And you're just like, what? What? Okay. I don't know. I sound like I'm gatekeeping. I'm gonna try and keep it positive. There are some good tutorials out there. We will focus on those. Let's see. This single pattern is weird. Flawless. I'm ignoring the metronome, by the way. Yeah, it's the left hand. The left hand is hitting all the rims. It thinks that they're Pokemon and it's got to catch them all. Silly left hand. Let's try the whole thing. The whole shebang. came off a stick. Perfect. I like how Instagram is like completely screwed up right now, and it just shows that it's starting soon. Flawless. Great job, Instagram. Okay, so progress is being made, but still got a long way to go with it. Both in terms of like refining how it sounds at this speed, but then also, you know, speeding it up. So we'll continue to do that. I can't speak. Okay, let's hit drum fast. We're gonna chop out. I'm gonna stop the metronome. Been ignoring it for a lot of the stream anyways. Hey, Sean, I appreciate the kind words on Instagram. Does it just say starting soon on your end? Because, like, on my end of the screen, like, that's all it says. Let me see if I can actually pull this up and show you. So, on my end, the preview for Instagram is saying this. It's saying, we're starting soon. Which is, you know, clearly not true. I've already started. Thanks, Insta. You're late to the party. Hopefully it's actually working, but who knows? Who knows? Okay, let's hit stuff fast. What do I want to hit stuff fast? Let's do a grid. Let's do a chut cheese grid. Right here. Chut cheese on one. It's the morning, so my nose is itchy. That's just how it works. All right, so grid. If you're not familiar with grid, it's great. 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. So what we're doing here, this is the triplet version. There's also 16th note versions, but we've got one accent starting on the downbeat for an entire measure, or 4 beats worth, which is why it says 4 right here. And then we permutate, shift it over so that it's on the second partial all the way across the measure, so 4 times. And then we permutate it, shift it over to the third partial. Cool. So it's on 1, on 2, on 3 in terms of the partials, not like counts. And then we only do 2 counts of that. So 2 of the 1 right here, 2 on 2, and then 2 on the third partial. And then you just repeat that. And then you only do 1 of each. So 1 on 1, 1 count on the second partial, and 1 count on the third partial. And you do that a total of 4 times. So this is called 4-2-1, also known as grid. And in the timestamps of this, you can work on it at whatever BPM you want. Highly recommend going slow. But we're going to start off at a nice 120. We'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. The cheeses of chuts are sometimes difficult. It's like a flam drag with an extra note. Now, the goal when you're doing this, especially like the last line, is to not make it look like blurring the accents and tabs. Like, you don't want that. You want distinct heights, ideally. Ew. Huh. Yeah, so I'm still noticing that, like, the contact point on the thumb for the left is still toward the tip. It's not on the tip, but it's closer towards it than it is for the right hand. So I was noticing that, especially on the third partial, which is not good. So we'll keep working on that. But I want to work on that on the next technique stream, but I also, the fulcrum control exercise just released today, and that was such a cool one, so I might do that. Yeah, so the interp of the diddle is getting wonky. There. Yeah, man, that feels weird today. Like I'm feeling a lot of tiredness up in the top part of the forearm. So I don't know if I did something with the workout. I don't know what would cause that. I'm trying to think of the different angles. Like maybe I had like a bent wrist when doing the curl or something and it like caused extra strain up here. Who knows? All right, let's go faster. This will probably be the breaking point. Normally I like to go faster than this, but my left hand is like, nope. You want to play Assassin's Creed. You don't want to play chut cheeses. Yeah, and the stick is like sliding around. Like it's not going straight up and down. It's like bouncing weird. Is there something on the bead? Like if there's like the old pad, it was kind of wearing out. So it kind of got some of the rubber on it. And so like that would cause some inconsistencies. Or if there's like a chip on the bead, that'll cause some inconsistencies. But it doesn't look like there is. There's no excuse. Except maybe it's the CIA. They're doing mind control to mess up my left hand right now. That's it. We found it. My breaking point today. Okay, I'm gonna get ready for Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm really looking forward to playing it because, you know, I'm a nerd. If you want to find more of the drumming content, if you go to my home tab of YouTube, we've got literally over 2,000 different play-alongs, over a dozen hours of drumming tips, all organized here. So because I create the drumming, gaming, computer science stuff, you want to click on the header for it, and it shows you all of these different playlists, and you keep scrolling and scrolling. Now, that's not organized as neatly as I'd like. So, if you are working on one of these play-alongs, and you're using like the timestamps to go really slow or to go really fast, every beat in between, the very first link in here takes you to jaredoleary.com/drum, and this is where you can find it organized neater. So you could jump to a different section. You can watch a video that shows you what I recommend to get started. Like if you want to work on your flam drags, check out this section. Just use the timestamps to see some things. But there's 62 chop exercises right here. There's over 1,000 grid variations, 419 for triplet, 577 for 16th note, 36 wacky ones like Hurt to Grid. You're welcome, Tyler. We've got limb independent stuff, like over 150 different timing exercises that you can work on while working on your limb independence. 55 drum charts from slow to fast, either straight or swung, eighth note interpretation. A video that shows you how to use those to practice it. Over 400 marching bass stuff. Over 360 technique exercises. So if you want to work on your endurance and speed, check out this playlist. Your accent taps, check out this playlist. If you want to work on your timing, check out this one. There's a lot of content in here. Check out the fulcrum control on that one released today. One of them did at least. Lots of more content coming out. But we've also got all these drumming tips, the live streams, all the lessons, the pad reviews, all this stuff. Any video that says members first is scheduled to release for free. There's over 460 of those, I believe, that are currently scheduled to release. So more than a year's worth of daily content of play-alongs. So if you see a video that says member first, you don't need to sign up for membership. I do sincerely appreciate that people have chosen to do that for early access, but you don't have to do that. It's all going to come out for free. So stay tuned. I'm going to get ready for Assassin's Creed. Fortnite win? Honestly, no clue. It's on an indefinite pause. We're playing Assassin's Creed today and for the foreseeable future until I beat that game. But Fortnite, I don't know. But you can find all the gaming stuff on here /game. There's over 100 Fortnite highlight reels, so you can check those out, as well as the prior streams for Fortnite. So if you want to see like the full games, there's timestamps in there to like show you each of the games that I played, as well as stats in like the different playlists. But playing a bunch of different games and having more fun with them than I am with Fortnite, so I'd rather do like Assassin's Creed than Fortnite at this point. But we'll see. Maybe we'll go back to it. Who knows? But I'm going to call it here. I do appreciate people stopping in. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I hope you enjoy this free drumming content. Oh, we got a question from Sean. Do you have any advice on how to match my hand technique between your right and your left? Yeah, so what I recommend is going down to the technique section. And in the technique section, there's a double stop playlist. What I really recommend when practicing is practicing the hands so that you play as double stops. So what is a double stop? A double stop is when you play both hands at the same time. So usually indicated with the B, indicating both. But when you're practicing something in isolation, you can't hear how like my right hand sounds compared to my left hand. So if I'm just doing this and just keep alternating, I don't really know when it sounds weird like this. On those taps, I'm intentionally like slowing down my left hand. But if you play it as double stops, you can actually hear whether or not you get a popping sound or a cha sound. So if you work on the exercises that allow and encourage double stops, that can help you out to be able to match your different hands. So check out this particular playlist. There's a lot of exercises in here that are great for that. Like if you want to work on matching out your like diddles, this exercise is great because it does all on the right, both, all on the left, both, and then it does a combined roll. So you're playing the diddles, and then you do it as a double stop, and you don't want to hear that. You want to hear that. But when you are, like you're saying, switching from match and traditional, one of the ways that you can practice this, which I demonstrated in a stream 4 days ago. Boop. So we go here. This one. Let me mute it. Otherwise, there's going to be one very loud Jared who's going to be screaming at us in a moment. But if you look at the way that I was practicing this, no, not 4 days ago, 8 days ago. This one. So in the section that says critiquing my last rep of Beatlicious. So when I was playing this, we're getting a lot of Jareds on screen right now. This is me watching my playback of my own playing. And what I'll do when I watch these playbacks is I will put it on mute and just watch how does it flow. But then I also, if you watch this, slow it down to quarter speed and watch, well, are my hands flowing while doing this? So this is me watching my own playing. It's much better than working with a mirror, because when you're practicing with a mirror, you're having to distribute your, basically your processing or bandwidth, mentally speaking, so that you're focusing on not just your playing, but analyzing your playing. But if you can use your phone or like a webcam or something to record yourself and just listen to it and like only hear the audio and go, well, how did it sound? What was the consistency of the taps? What was the consistency of the accents from my right and my left hand? Like when using any of those play alongs. Okay. But then put it on mute and go, okay, well, how does it look? Like look at it from different angles. If you can get your hands so that you have an overhead camera and then you have a camera for like the front. So like record it from different angles, even if you only have one camera. Record it multiple different times. Look at those from different angles on mute so you can see how do your hands look. Slow it down so that way when you are watching it, you can see like exactly what is going on. Like with these crossovers, like I'm slowing this down to quarter speed on YouTube because it is very helpful for me to see the exact placement if I'm playing something fast. So that can help out with switching from match to traditional and see, okay, well, what exactly is happening? Are my fingers coming off the stick? Etc. If I'm doing this, like how do my hands look and compare when I'm playing like a diddle that's very fast? If I slow it down, like what's going on with it, etc. So like those are some tips in there. But I do elaborate on some of the suggestions for how to like match your hands in the tips and lessons section. Oops, you can't see this. So under the drumming tips, there are more elaborations on like some of the recommendations that I give on that. So check out those. The timestamps, and then we'll show you like more topics than just what's on the title. But that can give you a good place to start. And when you are switching between your traditional grip and your match grip and whatnot, and you are using these double stop playlists right here, after you've tried some of the things that I just mentioned, come back with more questions and say, hey, now here's a very specific thing in this very specific like exercise that I'm having difficulty with. What can I do to try and improve that? Because there's so many exercises in here, I know it's overwhelming. I try and like organize it neater, like on here, to help you to figure out, well, if I want to work on my 5 strokes, then maybe I should check out 5-stroke roll timing or triplet diddle or whatever. But feel free to come with questions. Another like thing that I recommend is check out this video. So this video where it says start here if you don't know what to practice, it was a stream that I did where in the timestamps it shows you like a bunch of different things that you can work on. So like if you want to work on your accent taps, check out that section. If you want to work on how to improve hybrid rudiments, check out that one. Or how to improve on marching bass drum, check out that one. So there's different chunks in here that kind of like demonstrate and highlight some different exercises to like practice stuff. So if you want to work on your rolls, I talk through many different exercises and ways that you can work on your rolls to improve them over time, etc. But just know it is going to be weird switching constantly from match to traditional. Back when I still played traditional, and was teaching match as well, like it was very awkward for me, and I'm still trying to break the habits that I have with my left hand. Because I march traditional, I don't have as much experience playing match grip, and because when I was like learning match grip, I had like a ring on that I now have around my necklace when I'm drumming, because it would create a clicking sound, and it made it so that my left hand was slightly like more open here in the hands than my right hand. So my right hand would have like full contact on here, but with my left it'd create a click. So I move my fingers just a little bit out, and so now my hands are like inconsistent. I'm trying to break that habit. But anyways, that was me ranting. Good question though. But yeah, hopefully those exercises help you with the double stop stuff, and feel free to come with some more questions. I do respond to the comments on YouTube. But often like it's easier to do it in these live streams, whatever works for you. Sometimes if somebody asks a question in a comment and I'm like, oh, I should demonstrate that to actually show what that sounds like as opposed to typing it out, I'll be like, hey, check out tomorrow morning stream, and then I'll like include a timestamp in the description for that. But anyways, I've been rambling. How long are my drumming streams for? About an hour. I went over today by 10 minutes because I like to ramble sometimes. I'm going to tear this down, and I'm going to get ready for Assassin's Creed. So stay tuned for that. That'll probably be in about 20 minutes. Depends on how long it takes me to rearrange everything. But I hope you all have a good rest of your day. I hope you all enjoy the free exercises that I create. And if you do, just consider sharing it with other people. But the home tab, if you want to stay on YouTube, is where you can find it. Just click on the header. Whether you're on mobile or desktop, you need to actually click on the header to actually show all these playlists, because otherwise it shows you like 10 of them or something like that. So do that. But I'm out. Goodbye.